Good morning, everyone. Last time we have explained about the first two types of terrestrial ecosystems, such as forest ecosystem and the grassland ecosystems. Today, we are going to discuss about the third type of terrestrial ecosystem, that is desert ecosystem. So, desert ecosystems are the ecosystems where the regions are completely dry or extremely dry regions of the country where there are very small amount of moisture contents present in the atmosphere. In India, the desert and semi-arid areas are situated in western India and Deccan Plateau. So, the Western India includes the states like Rajasthan, Gujarat, and some part of the Maharashtra. So, these three states there are desert regions or the semi-arid areas where the rainfall is very scanty, and due to this, these regions are completely dry, where there are very less quantity of the moisture contents in the atmosphere as well as in the earth also. So in India, the desert and the semi-arid or semi-dry regions or the areas are found in western India and the Deccan Plateau. So Deccan Plateau in Marathi is called as Dakhanche Pathar, Deccan Plateau. Yesterday also we have explained in a grassland ecosystem, the Deccan Plateau, where there are also several patches or the regions of the grasslands found among the Deccan Plateau, which is extending from north towards the south and having elevation up to the 1000 meters, 1000-meter heights, and this is the slope of the Deccan Plateau, having slope from south with a height of 1000 meters to the northward up to the height of 330 meters. So, the western India and the Deccan Plateau having several drought regions or the deserts and the semi-arid areas found in western India and, yeah, and the Deccan Plateau, and the western India includes the states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and the Maharashtra state. Temperature is high, hence they are extremely dry. So in these regions or the desert regions of the India, like western India and the Deccan Plateau, and in these regions temperature is very high, and due to the high temperatures these regions are extremely dry with very less contents of moisture in the atmosphere or in the earth. There are cold deserts also, like Ladakh in the high plateau of the Himalayas. So there are different type of deserts, that is hot deserts and the cold deserts. So hot deserts are found among the western India, including the states of Rajasthan, Gujarat, and the Maharashtra, together with Deccan Plateau, where the deserts are hot because of high temperature and they are extremely dry regions of the country. There are cold deserts also present in India, such as Ladakh in high plateaus of the Himalayas. The most typical desert is called as a Thar desert of the Rajasthan. The most typical Thar desert of the Rajasthan. In deserts, the rainfall is very scanty and sporadic or scattered, or only once in every few years. So this is very much scanty rainfall or sporadic or scattered, and the rainfall rate is only once in every few years, not every year, only in every few years. Rainfall is only once in every few years. The Ran of Kutch is highly specialized and arid ecosystem. The Ran of Kutch is also highly specialized dry or arid ecosystem. In summer, it's like a desert. In summer, it's like a desert, but in monsoon, they get covered to salt marshes and attract large number of birds like ducks, geese, cranes, storks, etc. And it is famous for breeding colonies of the flamingos. So there are different type of deserts. For example, uh, we have desert or semi-arid areas found in western India and in a Deccan Plateau. There may be two type of deserts, hot deserts and cold deserts. The hot deserts are found in the regions where the temperature is very high, and due to high temperature, these regions are extremely dry or arid uh, with respect to its weather condition. And there are cold deserts also. The cold deserts are found in North India like Ladakh, in the high plateaus of Himalayas, and the most typical desert called as a Thars desert of Rajasthan. In deserts, the rainfall is very scanty and sporadic or scattered, or only once rain falls, or only once in every few years. So due to this only, the deserts are arid or dry, and with a lack of or very less amount of moisture contents in the atmosphere or in the earth. The Ran of Kutch is highly specialized arid ecosystem. In summer, it's like a desert, but in monsoons they get covered to salt marshes and attract large number of birds like ducks, geese, cranes, storks, etc. And it is famous for breeding colonies of the flamingos. So these are the examples. Ladakh desert, which is cold desert. Thars desert, it is again a hot desert found in Rajasthan, and the Ran of Kutch is again another type of desert where the desert conditions are found only in the summer months, but during monsoon the Ran of Kutch get covered to a salt and attracting large number of birds like ducks, geese, cranes and storks, and it is famous for breeding colonies of the flamingos. So during monsoon month, it is not a desert. The Ran of Kutch is a highly specialized desert or arid ecosystem or desert ecosystem, and that is found only during the summer month. But during monsoon months, it become developed, or it shows the salt marshes, means representing waterlogging places, and thus ultimately the birds of various type get attracted in these specialized arid ecosystem, that is the Rann of Kutch, and this is famous for breeding colonies of the flamingos. There are three different types of the deserts. Deserts ecosystem or the deserts can be classified or subdivided into three types, such as tropical deserts, means hot deserts, or where the temperature is usually high, and such deserts are called as tropical deserts, such as Sahara, Namib in Africa, Rajasthan, Arabian Desert of Saudi. So these are the some of the examples of the tropical deserts, which are completely dry regions, or arid regions, or the deserts of the tropical regions where the temperature is very high, or we simply call them as hot deserts. So tropical deserts are hot deserts such as Sahara, Namib of Africa, Rajasthan, then Arabian Desert of Saudi. These are the examples of the tropical deserts where the conditions are completely dry. Then temperate deserts, second type of deserts called as temperate deserts, such as American Desert of California, Arizona, Mexico, etc. So there are moderate conditions of the temperature and the moisture. So in case of tropical deserts, temperature is very high and there are very less contents of moisture in the atmosphere or in these regions, and thus are called as hot deserts, representing completely dry regions or the desert of Sahara, Namib, or Rajasthan, or Arabian Desert of the Saudis. These are the some of the examples of the tropical deserts or the hot deserts where temperature is very high and very less contents of the moisture. In second type, temperate deserts where the rainfall rate is might be moderate, or such uh, deserts may have moderate amount of moisture contents in the atmosphere. So temperate deserts such as American Desert of California, Arizona, and the Mexico, these are the examples of the temperate deserts. Then third one, that is cold deserts. Cold deserts where the conditions are very much cold or temperature is very low, and the examples of cold deserts are Gobi Desert of Mongolia, Tibetan Desert. These are the examples of the cold desert. Gobi Deserts of Mongolia and Tibetan Desert of the Tibet. Together with, we can say, the cold deserts are found in Ladakh, that is high plateau of the Himalaya in the northern region of the India. So there are cold deserts like Ladakh in the high plateaus of Himalaya, then Gobi Desert of Mongolia and the Tibetan Desert are the examples of cold deserts. Then we'll explain the biotic components of the desert ecosystem. Similar to the forest ecosystem or the grassland ecosystem, the biotic components of the desert also possessing three categories of the biotic factors or the biotic components, such as producers, consumers, and the decomposers. So producer category or the plants, green plants, or the producer category of the biotic component of the deserts are small shrubs, bushes, some grasses, and a very low number of trees. Then microphyllous plants, microphyllous plants. Microphyllous plants means these are the plants with a very small sized leaves and trees with a deep roots. There are very less number of trees, but whatever the number of trees present as a producers in the desert regions or in the desert ecosystem, the trees are deep rooted. Then fibrous plants like cactus, fibrous plants like cactus, xerophytes, lichens, etc. are forming the producers of the desert ecosystem. So in desert ecosystem, the plants are usually small shrubs and bushes, then some grasses and very less number of trees together with phyllodes plants means the plants which are having very small size of the leaves and the trees with deep roots means the trees, these are usually the bushes, but having deep roots means the roots of these trees or the desert trees or the bushes, they pass deep in the land or in the sand soil in search of the water, because there are water level is very much deep, water level is very much deep in the soil, and that's why ultimately the plants will have the deep roots, but the plants or the trees, they are having smaller size or lesser height. So the producers of the desert containing small shrubs, bushes, some grasses, and very less number of trees, together with the plants which are having small leaves, and the trees with deep roots, and the plants like fibrous plants like cactus. So fibrous plants, they are having the trunk, the leaves are very much thick so as to retain the water contents like xerophytes or the cactus. These are the fibrous plants present in the desert ecosystem, together with the number of xerophytes and the lichens together with the cactus are present as a producers in the deserts. Then second category of the biotic component or the type of biotic components of the desert, that is consumers. So number of highly specialized insects, number of highly specialized insects and reptiles or kangaroo rats, Indian wolf, desert cats, fox, and birds like great Indian bustard, floricans, tortoise, and sand snakes are common in the desert. So this is the uh, consumer category of the animals, so which are found in the deserts. So consumers are insects, highly specialized insects, then reptiles, then mammals like kangaroo rats, Indian wolf, desert cats, fox, and the birds like great Indian bustard, floricans, then reptiles like tortoise and sand snakes are commonly found in the deserts, and which acts as consumers or forming a biotic component of the category of the consumers, and these may be primary, secondary or tertiary consumers or the carnivore category of the consumers found in the desert ecosystem. Then third type of biotic components of the deserts are decomposers. In case of desert ecosystems, due to hot and cold climates, there are some deserts which are having hot climates, and there are some deserts which are with cold climates. There is a less vegetation, and due to the less quantity or number of vegetation, the process of decomposition is also very less, and there exist only thermophilic bacteria and the fungi. So decomposers of the desert are in a less number, and that includes thermophilic bacteria and the fungi. The thermophilic bacteria and fungi are found in the hot and cold climates of the desert ecosystems, and this is because of high temperature, that is hot condition, and cold conditions. Due to the extreme hot condition or extreme cold conditions of the deserts, there is a less quantity of vegetation. Means producers or the plants are very much less, and due to the less quantity or number of vegetation, the process of decomposition is also less. The process of decomposition is also very less, and that's why there are decomposers only in the form of thermophilic bacteria and the fungi. So these desert ecosystems are used for camel, cattle, goat grazing in Rajasthan and sheep grazing in Gujarat. So the desert ecosystems usually which are found in the western India, including Rajasthan or Gujarat states, the the desert ecosystems or the desert regions of the Rajasthan and Gujarat are used for the grazing or feeding of the camel, cattle, goats for the grazing purpose in Rajasthan, and for the sheep grazing in the Gujarat. So these ecosystems, desert ecosystems of Rajasthan and Gujarat, are used for the grazing of camel, cattle, goat in Rajasthan, and for grazing of the sheep in Gujarat. So areas with some moisture are used for the cultivation of crops like bajra and jawar. So whatever the regions present in the states of Gujarat or Rajasthan or in some part of Maharashtra where there are some quantity of the moisture are used for the cultivation of the food grains or the food crops like bajra and jawar. So this is about the composition of the desert ecosystem. So there are uh, deserts or the desert ecosystems found in India, uh, mainly in western India and the Deccan Plateau, where the temperature is extremely high, and due to this, these regions are extremely dry or drought conditions or extremely dry regions due to the higher temperature, and the cold deserts are also found in North India, that is in Ladakh, and that is found in the high plateaus of the Himalayas. The examples of desert ecosystem are Thar Desert of the Rajasthan, then Ran of Kutch, which is a specialized dried or arid or desert ecosystem found in summer months, but in monsoon month the Ran of Kutch get covered by a salty marshes or salt marshes and attracting large number of birds like ducks, geese, cranes and storks uh, in these desert ecosystems during monsoon month, and is also famous for breeding colonies of the flamingos. So there are three types of desert ecosystem. One as a tropical desert ecosystem that includes Sahara, Namib of Africa and Rajasthan, and also the Arabian desert of the Saudi. So these are the examples of the tropical deserts. Then temperate deserts such as American desert of California, Arizona, and Mexico. These are the examples of the temperate deserts, and there are some examples of the cold deserts such as Gobi Desert of Mongolia, Tibetan Desert, and the cold deserts of the Ladakh in the North India, that is found in the high plateaus of the Himalaya. So these are the three types of deserts. So deserts are usually the dry regions where the rainfall is very scanty or sporadic, and thus, so these are the two regions of the desertation of the you call desert ecosystem. Desertation is only due to the higher temperature and lack of rainfalls, adequate rainfall or a scanty rainfall. Lack of adequate rainfall or a scanty rainfall and the high temperatures are the um, main regions for the desertation of the different regions and forming the desert ecosystems. So, desert ecosystem may be a tropical type, temperate type, and the cold type. And it is also having the biotic components representing producer, consumers, and decomposers which are adopted. So, producer category or the plants of the desert ecosystem, they are usually the plants with the spines, small leaves, deep roots. So these are the some of the desert adaptations found among the plants or the producers of the desert region. That is small shrubs, bushes, small grasses, and very less number of trees, or the trees with small leaves or spines or thick leaves. Small leaves but are thick leaves, or the spiny, there are large number of spines found on the plants, that is shrubs and bushes. They are having spines or small leaves and thick leaves and the deep roots. So these are the some of the plant producers found in the deserts, representing producers, that is small shrubs, bushes, small some grasses, and very less number of trees with small leaves or the spines and deep rooted, and the fibrous plants like cactus or xerophytes or the lichens. These are the uh, producer type of biotic components of the deserts. And consumers are, there are number of highly specialized insects. There are number of highly specialized insects, then reptiles or kangaroo rats, Indian wolf, desert cats, fox, and the birds like great Indian bustard, floricans. Then reptiles like tortoise and the sand snakes are commonly found in the deserts. And the decomposers are also uh, very less in number because of hot and cold climates and less vegetation. Due to hot and cold climates and less vegetation, the process of decomposition is very less, and therefore there exist the thermophilic bacteria and fungi as a decomposers. So these desert ecosystems are used for camel, cattle, and goat grazing or feeding in Rajasthan, and for sheep grazing in Gujarat. So these are the areas with some moisture are used for the cultivation of crops like bajra and jawar. Even though there are deserts in the western India or the states of Rajasthan and Gujarat, but there are some regions where there is a moderate amount of moistures, uh, where these regions or areas can be used for the cultivation of the crops like bajra and jawar. Then we'll explain little bit regarding the threats to the desert ecosystem. Threats to the desert ecosystem. So due to over human population and different development strategies have begun to affect the natural ecosystems of desert and semi-arid areas. So the human encroachment or the human interference with the natural desert ecosystems due to overhuman population and different development strategies have begun or started to affect the natural ecosystems of the desert and semi-arid areas. Secondly, extensive irrigation. Extensive irrigation of the desert ecosystem which are suitable or where the cultivation of the crops can be possible. In such regions there is a extensive irrigation, means uptake of water, and this will ultimately lead to decrease in water table or a groundwater level decreases or water goes very much deep due to the excessive irrigation for the purpose of cultivation practices. So extensive irrigation will lead to the desertation of the desert ecosystems or the natural desert ecosystems. So one, that is due to the human increased human activities for the development purposes and the overhuman population together with the different strategies of the development have began to affect the natural ecosystems of the desert and semi-arid areas. One, then second threat, that is extensive irrigation. So due to extensive irrigation, the regions become dry or drought conditions due to the excessive irrigation for the purpose of crop cultivations. Then thirdly, the rapid evaporation of the canal brings the salt to the surface. So due to the rapid evaporation of the desert land, the salt comes up to the surface and soil becomes saline and non-productive. So due to presence or occurrence of salts to the surface, the soil becomes saline and non-productive, and this happens due to the rapid evaporation of the canals leads to the salt concentration on along the surface and will lead into the transformation of fertile soil to the saline soil, which will become non-productive. Then excessive groundwater tube wells also lowers the water table, creating more drier environment. So use of excessive ground water tube wells, bore wells or the tube wells, bore wells or the tube wells, excessive number of tube wells or the bore wells will also lead to decrease of groundwater level and creating the more drier environment. So these are the threats to the desert ecosystem, that is excessive irrigation or uh, tube wells or the bore wells that can take up water from the uh, depth of 2, 3, 4 or 500 feet depth, and this will ultimately lead to the decrease of groundwater level decrease of groundwater level due to excessive number of tube wells or the bore wells that will take up much of the quantity of water from the land, from the deeper portion or the part, and that will lead to the more drier or more desertation of the environment or the regions of the desert ecosystems. Then for this purpose there should be implementation of some sort of conservation practices are essential. So conservation of deserts. So and that's why it is essential to conserve the deserts. So for the conservation of the deserts, we can practice some measures. First, that is there is a urgent need to protect remaining patches of ecosystem within national parks and the wildlife sanctuaries. So whatever the desert ecosystems or the patches of the desert ecosystem which are remaining, that should be transformed or that should be conserved as a national parks or the wildlife sanctuaries. So this should be declared. The remaining patches of the desert ecosystem should be declared as a national parks and the wildlife sanctuaries so as to conserve, means there should be some sort of restriction or the limitation for the use of these natural desert ecosystems so that these desert ecosystems could get protected. So there is a urgent need to protect remaining patches or the regions of the desert ecosystem and can be transformed or declared and conserved as a national parks and the wildlife sanctuaries. Because of Indira Gandhi Canal in Rajasthan, the land is being used in extensive agriculture and destroyed important natural ecosystems. The habitat of wild ass will be destroyed due to the spread of salt. So, this is again the human encroachment, a kind of human activity or the interference with the natural desert ecosystems in Rajasthan, where due to the canal, a raceway canal, namely Indira Gandhi Canal, which is uh, present in Rajasthan and is uh, constructed for the purpose of extensive agriculture or for the irrigation purpose, and that's why because of Indira Gandhi Canal in Rajasthan, the large area or the land is used for the extensive agricultural practices and destroyed the important natural ecosystems of the deserts of the Rajasthan. The habitat of wild ass will be destroyed due to the spread of salt. So this might be due to the canals and the fast evaporation of the water have led into the salt or a saline uh, or increased salinity of the soil in the desert natural habitats or the desert ecosystems of the Rajasthan. Then development projects also alters the desert into arid or a dry landscape. Development projects might be for the uh, purpose of industrialization or urbanization. uh, One can cover the land or use the land. Uh, so number of natural desert ecosystems which have been transformed into a development projects for the purpose of industrialization or urbanization, and thus these desert ecosystems have been transformed into the arid or a dry landscape. Then due to the reduction of habitat, specialized species at the stage of extinction, means there are some important species of the animals which are now at the stage of extinction. Means these species will not remain there, and that is completely vanished or destroyed or disappeared at the stage of disappearance or the stage of extinction, and this is due to the reduction of habitat, that is habitat loss. Due to the habitat loss of certain animals, these animals can't survive, that can't exist in the nature, but nowadays these are at the stage of extinction, and this is only due to the loss of habitat. Therefore, for the protection of these ecosystems, not only the desert ecosystems, but for the protection of all kind of ecosystems, may be terrestrial or the aquatic ecosystems, there is a special need of the sustainable development, and for the purpose of the conservation or the protection of these ecosystems. Therefore, there is an urgent need of protection or the conservation of these ecosystems, and there is a special need of the sustainable development for the protection or the conservation of the desert ecosystems. So today we'll stop here, and next time we'll continue with the second type of the ecosystem, that is aquatic ecosystem. So today we have completed the all the three types of the terrestrial ecosystems, such as forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, and the desert ecosystem. Next time we'll uh, start with the second type of uh, ecosystem, that is aquatic ecosystem. So today we'll stop here.